UFC 299 is absolutely stacked. It's stacked top from bottom, but there's one matchup in particular that is my favorite, and I'm so intrigued to see what the outcome is. It is Petr Yan versus Song Yadong. This is a classic striker versus striker matchup, and I'm so excited for this fight. And I'll break down why I'm so excited for this fight, because I think this is going to be the closest fight on the card. I think I out of all the fights on the card, right? You can talk about your Cheeto Vera, Sean O'Malley's, your Benoit, Saint Denis, Dustin Poirier's, your Jailton Almeida, Curtis Blades, but I think Petr Yan versus Song Yadong will be one of the most tactical, best fights that the UFC can put on right now. And I'm intrigued to see what the outcome is, because I'm leaning towards one person right now, and I'll give my official prediction for this fight after I break this down. But I'm so intrigued to see who will come out and win this matchup. Let's talk about Petr Yan first. Petr Yan is the former champion of the bantamweight division. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, losing to Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, and Merab Dvalishvili. And in all those fights except for the Merab fight, he's been very, very close with each of his opponents. Aljamain Sterling took him to a split decision, lost. Sean O'Malley took him to a split decision, lost, and then ultimately got 50-45 by Merab. And people are assuming he's washed, and I'm not going to say he's washed just yet, because although he got absolutely destroyed by Merab, in the striking, he looked like Petr Yan. So that's something to keep an eye on. I don't think Petr Yan is fully washed. Like, you still watch his fights, and he's keeping it close with every single person. Now, the Merab fight was a different fight. Yes, it wasn't that close of a fight. He kind of got dominated, like really bad. But the only reason he lost that fight is the heavy pressure grappling style of Merab. Look, Merab's going to be a nightmare matchup for everyone. I said that Cheeto Vera is a kryptonite to Sean O'Malley. I mean, Christ, he's the kryptonite to every single person in that division. I don't think any person in that division wants to fight Merab. But nonetheless, Petr Yan in that fight dealt with a lot of adversity early and often. And that's been a common theme in his last couple fights, has been adversity that he's had to go through. And with a guy like Song Yadong, we're talking about a guy who's probably skill for skill not as good as Petr Yan, but he's a younger fighter. And in this matchup right now, all right, let me get to Song Yadong first before I give you my official predictions. Last time out, Song Yadong beat Chris Gutierrez by unanimous decision, and the time before knocked out Ricky Simon. Now, I know those guys aren't top 10 guys in the division, but he made pretty easy work of them. The last time he lost was against Corey Sandhagen, and I thought that fight was pretty close up until they stopped the fight. And what caused the end of that fight was that big gash on his eye. And Corey Sandhagen is one of the best strikers in the bantamweight division, one of the better fighters in the bantamweight division, who lost to Petr Yan. So if you're going off of common opponents, Petr Yan beat Corey Sandhagen, and Song Yadong lost to Corey Sandhagen. But ultimately, that doesn't just tell the fight itself. I think you have to look at the full picture, right? Petr Yan is getting up there in age, lost 3 times in a row. And I get he lost 3 times in a row, but 2 of those 3 losses were good losses where he literally probably could have won 2 of those fights. Then Song Yadong has won his last 2. So we're looking at a 26-year-old Song Yadong versus a 31-year-old Petr Yan. I'm interested to see how this fight goes. I think I know how it's gonna go. I think early, we're gonna see the same Petr Yan that we always see, tactical, slow, and we'll probably see Song Yadong win the first round. And then Petr Yan's gonna turn it on in the second round with good boxing, body kicks that'll affect Song Yadong in the second round. So we'll see Petr Yan win the second round. And then it will ultimately come down to the third round. Who wants it more? Is Petr Yan going to put it on Song Yadong, or is Song Yadong trying to get that round back? Guys, I think this might be a changing of the guard in the top 5. I think Song Yadong is going to beat Petr Yan on Saturday. And it hurts me to say this right now, because I know you're going to hear this and your ears are going to cringe if you're a Petr Yan fan. I think he's going to lose by split decision. And it's not the ideal way that Petr Yan should lose right now at this point, because he's lost so many times by split decision, like robberies. I don't think The Aljamain Sterling fight was a robbery. The Sean O'Malley fight, ooh, that was close. That was really close. I mean, you could score that anyway. At the time, I thought Petr Yan won, and I still kind of feel like he won, but it was really, really close. And I think everyone agrees that it was really, really close. But nonetheless, we're almost like a year and a half removed from that fight. We're a year removed from the Rob Dvalishvili fight. How much better has Petr Yan got since then? I know he'll be refreshed and he'll be ready to go, but Song Yadong is charging for the top 5. And I do think Song Yadong is a future champ in this division. Now, this division is stacked top from bottom. Both these guys are in the top 10. We have so many good fighters that are in the top 5 and even in the top 10 right now. Song Yadong is showing levels, and he's only 26 years old, so we need to keep that in mind. When we're picking these fights, look, Petr Yan is amazing. And I'm kind of cheering for him to beat Song Yadong because I want him to get back on track because he is such a fun fighter. But I just wonder, I'm trying to get into the mental state of Petr Yan. Is he mentally broken after that Merab fight? I hope not. But I just feel like this is a fight tailor-made for Song Yadong to win. Now, Song Yadong's not this untouchable force coming through the top 10. He's taken losses, and he's learned. But he has so much experience at such a young age. And he's a really good fighter. I think both these guys are really good boxers and kickboxers with great power and great precision. I do think Petr Yan is slightly the better striker, but I think Song Yadong has the power to damage Petr Yan over time to win rounds. And ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to, is Song Yadong winning off of damage compared to Petr Yan maybe outstriking Song Yadong, but the damage just won't be there. In split decision, I know it's going to hurt some people to hear that. It's an unfortunate circumstance that I thought I wouldn't have to pick it that way, but it looks like that's how it's going to go. Both these guys, probably won't get finished in this 3-rounder, unless someone gets dropped and gets finished. That would be crazy. I don't think either of these guys are going to get finished in this fight. So it's going to come down to decision, and we've seen Petr Yan so many times give up the first round. And I think Petr Yan is the better fighter, but Song Yadong is charging into the top 5. This is a perfect matchup for him to win. A striker versus striker. Oh, man, I wanted to pick Petr Yan, but I don't think he's got it anymore. I don't think he's got what he used to have, top level. And Song Yadong is charging towards the top 5. So, yeah, I'm going to go Song Yadong by split decision. I know it's an unfortunate. I didn't want to pick it that way, but we had to. So, yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. Comment down some video ideas I should do. UFC 299 this week. I'm so excited. We're going to have my full card prediction tomorrow. So, yeah, till next time, peace.